My name is Salim, a Ugandan who has worked in Kenya for a period of 12 years with you people in the field of aquaculture department.
In the quiet countryside of Western Kenya, there is a fish farm doing something special. This is Western Aqua Fish Farm, a place where hard work, new ideas, and a love for fish come together to grow something important.
This is Western Aqua Fish Farm, located along Busia Kisumu route, Sega Airport. So here at Sega site, we'll be moving around to show you how far we've reached in the last 10 years that we've been in production, what we have attained, what are the failures and what are the achievements. We will be showing you as we move around. Please, you are welcome.
"12 years ago, Mr. Charles Owino, once a police spokesperson in Kenya, visited Uganda and saw something that changed his life.
The director of the farm is Mr. Owino Charles Owino, former police spokesman, Kenya. This farm was started 12 years behind when he came to pay visit to his colleague in Uganda, whereby he picked the idea, whereby he bought the idea of aquaculture. So we started with grow out ponds as a farmers who initially wanted to increase the fish production in Siaya at large. But along the way, when we are doing production, we came to hear that the cost of fingerling was really affecting us. So we decided to come in with an idea to do tilapia and catfish production, fingerlings, both fingerlings of catfish and fingerlings of tilapia.
That simple visit sparked an idea. Today, that idea has grown into a successful hatchery, producing thousands of young catfish and tilapia fingerlings every year.
So here at Sega site, we'll be moving around to show you how far we've reached in the last 10 years that we've been in production, what we have attained, what are the failures and what are the achievements. We will be showing you as we move around. Please, you are welcome.
Meet Salim, the farm manager. He's originally from Uganda, but for more than a decade, he has worked here in Kenya, guiding the day-to-day work on the farm.
Personally, myself, I'm the manager, his manager, in charge of both Sega site and Masiro farm.
He takes us through the process step by step. It all begins at the nursing tanks.
Here where we are at one of the nursing tanks that we have. This tank is meant to do nursing, basically for tilapia larvae. So once you've harvested tilapia eggs from the tilapia broodstocks, we bring them here. We bring eggs here, and after a period of 24 hours, they hatch into larvae, of which larvae, once it has hatched, it immediately starts feeding. And we feed our tilapia larvae on powder feed, which is mixed with the hormone, methyltestosterone hormone. We feed them with that methyltestosterone hormone, which is MT in abbreviation. I will be using MT, but MT simply means methyltestosterone hormone. For us, we use 17. The reason for that being that we need to have tilapia which grows faster and tilapia broodstock which are monosex. So here we feed them on a feed, as I told you, we feed them on feed which has got hormone, whereby we are not even allowed to handle that hormone because of the effects on a human being. So this is how we do it. and we give them feed. You can see them responding to the feed. They come and they respond very well to the feed. We do it continuously for 6 to 8 times a day. Like for example, you have heard this is our 3rd feeding from morning, so we've got another 3 feeding up to the evening. So for this outside nursing tanks, we have got to scoop, and we put in a container for the purposes of knowing the size, telling whether the fish is growing or it's not growing, it is feeding or it's not feeding. For example, these ones are of 2 days old, and I can possibly scoop some and put them here, and I can even tell whether it's growing, it's not growing. Possibly these ones of ours are doing well. They are growing. They are 2 days old, and the yolk sac has almost dissolved. In fact, there are a few which have now gotten the yolk sac.
After about 7 days, the young fish are graded. This means separating the fast growers, sometimes called shooters, from the smaller ones. This helps make sure each fish has enough space and food to grow well.
From the outside nursing tanks, when our larvae have reached 7 days old, we bring them here in the hatchery for grading, for the first grading, whereby we will separate the shooters, the faster growers from the remaining of the larvas, whereby in most cases in tilapia, in aquaculture, fish does not grow at the same pace. There are those ones which grow at a faster pace and the other which grow at a lower pace. So when you bring them here, you condition them for a period of 1 or 2 days, minus giving them food, then you start grading them. So we have got our grader here, and we have got separate basins. We are going to grade this tank together with you. So the major objective of grading is, 1, to at least make to separate the big size from the small size. Secondly, create enough space for the smaller ones, and third, giving them a chance to feed and feeding. So we will be grading together. We will be doing a practical demonstration of grading here with you, whereby we will have to scoop our fingerlings, our larvae, because they are going for the first grading. We scoop them like this. They have scooped these ones. This is our grader. You put them in the first basin, whereby you shake a little bit. The smaller ones, smaller sizes will go down, and we will remain with the big sizes. You see, like the way it's happening here, you see. So the big sizes will remain here. We call them holes. Holes remain in the grader, and you put them in another container here. These ones will have to go in a separate nursing happanet, leaving the other smaller ones also going into their small into their nursing happanet, different happanet also. So you continue not until you've exhausted almost all of them and drain the tank completely. So here we are doing grading still. You shake a little bit, and you bring the holes like this. So when you are done with everything, you move these ones immediately into the nursery ponds outside, the nursery happenets outside, and this one also goes into another different happenet outside.
Next, they are moved to bigger ponds. Here, their feed is changed based on their size and age. At around 18 days old, the fingerlings grow to about 2.5 to 3 grams, ready for the next step.
So here is where we brought our fingerlings from the hatchery, our larvae from the hatchery after grading them. Here, when we brought them here, we are meant to change even the feeding, the type of feeding. In fact, we've been feeding on powder in the nursing tank outside. We've been feeding on powder in the hatchery. Now here, they are meant to be fed on crumble crumble 1, crumble 2, and 0.8, depending on the size and the number of days they have stayed here. For example, here we have got tilapia fingerlings, which are now fingerlings now of 18 days. So we are going to remove some and we pack for a client. We will go into a demonstration process, a practical process of counting, removing, counting, and packaging for our clients. So here we are doing a demonstration. We are doing it practically. You can bring these boys, these gentlemen are here to help us bring the fingerlings close such that we can scoop the required quantity which we are meant to supply to the client. This is 18 days old, and it is between 2.5 to 3 grams old. To 3 grams, and it's 18 days old. So here we've got our fingerlings, which are ready for packaging. We are meant to take them to the hatchery and count. This is what we've removed from there. It is here. It has already been conditioned. And the major purpose of conditioning is to empty the stomach. It is not always good to transport fish when it has got a lot of feed in the stomach, because it will destroy, it will pollute the environment, which environment is the existing water in which it is being transported with the oxygen. Secondly, we have got this bird net here. This is called a bird net. It is a predator control measure whereby it has been placed on top of the harper nets, basically to prevent birds from picking of fingerlings that we've prepared, that we've stocked for selling and for transportation. This blue harper net is called a harper net. This blue harper net, it is just an enclosed system of keeping fish into another pond. So if I want to carry out sampling, this is how I do it. I get a grader like this, give them some feed, then scoop. The way I've scooped some, and they are here into these buckets. So also clients come and get you and get this size of finger. They say, maybe with me, I don't want 3 grams, I want 5 grams or post fingerlings. This is what we can give him or her. Here we supply clients with whatever they feel like comfortable with, any size depending on your willingness to pay. We charge per size of fingerling.
The farm also has a strong broodstock system. That means they carefully choose healthy male and female fish for breeding.
Now standing here, we are at the broodstock site, broodstock ponds, whereby we have got broodstock catfish here, which are waiting for propagation. And this other side, we've got also broodstock catfish, which are spent, which we've already used. So these ones are the ones which are just waiting for propagation. Anytime we feel like breeding, we come and we harvest these ones. After using them, they cross over. They don't come back this way. We bring them, they cross over to this other pond, which is a broodstock pond for catfish, but recovery. It is meant for recovery. So here we have got these ones, and down there we have got more broodstock ponds for Nile tilapia. The broodstock ponds have got fish which we select, whereby we select the good ones for breeding. The broodstock happiness, these which you are seeing here, have got fish which is already in the process of production. So here we've got both males and females doing breeding in a ratio of 3 females to 1 to 3, 1 male to 3 females, whereby this happenet, which you are seeing, it is 4 by 6, and for us we call it water bass. It is called water bass, which contains 400 pieces, whereby 100 are male and 300 are females. The same applies to this one, the same applies to the rest of the happenings. It is the same number which is contained therein because they have got the same sizes, and we call them water bass.
They make sure to avoid inbreeding by bringing in fresh stock and rotating generations. This helps keep the fish strong and productive.
We bring in fresh ones, different male from a different source, and females from a different source. That's why we have got males here, females there, males there, females there, to avoid inbreeding. We don't do inbreeding. So what we have got down here is F18 generation. What we've got in this breeding happenet is F17 generation. So we also do breeding in that format to avoid cases of any breeding.
When the fingerlings are ready, the team begins counting and packaging. They use different methods like weighing, sampling, or physical counting to make sure every client gets the right number of fish.
Here we've got our fingerlings which we've harvested from the nursing happenet. Now we've brought them in the hatchery for counting and packaging. I mean, we've got three methods of assessing the number of getting the number which a client wants. One, we have got the actual counting one by one. We count one piece of finger, one piece per piece until when we reach the required number, of which we regard it as the oldest way of counting fish or fish counting. Together with its disadvantages, we don't normally use it. We have got the second method is by weighing, whereby we scoop a sample. We scoop a sample like this one. We put it onto our gram sensitive weighing scale, and we weigh. You might find like the way it's reading, it is reading 30 grams, and you remove. So when you remove, you count these ones physically. You count one by one. You will find that in a sample of, say for example, 10 grams, you will find that you've got around 30, for example, of this size, 30 pieces. This will simply tell that every piece is around 3 grams. Every piece of fingerling is around 3 grams. So when you want like 3,000, it will be 1,000 grams, giving us 3,000 pieces. So it is also another method of counting. We have got what is called quantitative. Quantitative method is we get a sample and a unit of measurement, like this one, a sieve. We fill it with the fish, fingerlings, then we count those ones. So we will know, we do it like three times. We do it for 3 times, then we get the average. So we will know this one full is going to give us this number of fish, this number of pieces. Then we just keep on scooping and we put. We keep on scooping and we put. For example, we can have, like the way you have got these ones. We place into the water. Then we count this one. Then still we get a quart of this sieve. Then we count like 3 times. We get the average. After getting the average of the 3 samples, we will know that a quart of this sieve is meant to give us this number. So we just keep on scooping that a quarter, until when we get the required number he wants. Then we go in for packaging of our fish. Finish counting our fingerlings, which are meant to be supplied to a client. There are 1,000 pieces in number. So we have already made our packaging bag. We have cut our packaging bags here. Together, we've also placed in water. So we are going now to put in it salt. normal saline salt. This normal table-sized salt which we use like that. And the reason as to why we put normal saline into water during the process of transportation of fingerlings is because one, salt helps to maintain the osmotic potential, as in when fish is stressed, it tends to lose water to the surrounding environment. So when you balance it with the salt in the water balancing with the salt in the fish, there will be no water loss as a result of stress. So here we have placed in our salt. Now we are going to put in our fingerlings. You make sure the water that you've used when counting is not the water you are using for packaging of fish. Like that. Very good. So after doing this, we have got our fish here in water. This is a 5 liter. These are 5 liters here, and they are carrying 1,000 pieces for a period of 20 hours. We use pure medical oxygen. That's the oxygen which will help us keep our fish for all that long. But industrial oxygen, it is only for temporarily 4 to 5 good hours like that. But pure medical oxygen, it can stay. So we are bubbling in oxygen, pure medical oxygen, and you make sure you expel out the other one, such that there is no air inside, such that when you put, you are putting pure medical oxygen. This is how packaging is done, and we make sure it is compressed, it is under pressure, tight pressure, for the ease of oxygen to easily diffuse through. Is the oxygen exchange in the packaging bag. Then you thoroughly tie very well to ensure that there is no leakage of either oxygen or water. And here your fish is ready for transportation. And when transporting your fish, it should be carried in this format to create space for them to play very well. When you carry it like this, you will be limiting space for them to play. So you might stress them further. So they should be carried in this format. So here your fish is ready for transportation with a range of time duration of 12 to 20 hours. They can stay here very well without any problem.
Of course, there are challenges too, like rising feed prices, changing market demand, and tough competition. But for Salim and the team, their goal stays the same: to support farmers with strong, healthy fingerlings and grow the fish industry across the region.
We are done with the packaging of our fingerlings, ready to be transported to the client. But however, it is always advisable to count fingerlings, to count and package fingerlings when the client is there, because it avoids issues of miscounting. It avoids issues of giving me either big or small size that you've given me. Such kind of issues won't be there. So that's what I can easily advise. We should always pack fish at the right time when it is ready for transportation, to avoid cases of oxygen depletion, stress, and death which may occur as a result of delayed transportation. Personally, I personally myself am a producer of fingerlings and at the same time a buyer, because I also use the same fingerling to stock my ponds in Masiro, our ponds in Boke, our cages at the Lake Victoria. We have got clients all over the shores of Lake Victoria. We have got clients, Port Victoria. We have got clients, clusters of farmers, Uganda Beach. We have got clusters of farmers, Usenge, Usigu, and even Homa Bay. We have also got farmers who buy fingerlings from us. However, though we've got such kind of market, we have got challenges here and there. In every business, you don't fail. You never fail to get some challenges here and there. One, fluctuating prices. Because of competitors, you might find your price is a little bit high. As it goes down, farmers will not even come to buy. Prices of fingerlings, prices of fish keep on changing here and there due to the demand and the supply curve. Two, we have got market, challenge of market. You may find that you've got so many fingerlings, but the market is low. The demand has gone down because maybe possibly there is a lot of too much production in corners. Problem number three that we majorly face, we as hatchery operators and grow out is feeds, challenge of feeds. In fact, the best feed nationwide in Kenya here is the imported one. The locally made feed, we always say it is substandard, what, and they are expensive.
For Salim and his team, this isn't just a business. It's a way of life, a source of nutrition, income, and opportunity. Because with good care, the right knowledge, and some patience, even the tiniest fingerling can grow into something great.
Nevertheless, however, those challenges we encounter, fish farming as a business is really paying. To my colleagues out there, I advise you, the only business to go is fish farming once you've got a good site. Fish farming does not only entail pond only, it entails cages, dam-lined ponds, drums, and so many rearing facilities. You can do fish farming. Don't think that because I'm on land where I'm not near a stream, I want to do fish farming. No, it is very much possible. It is very much paying, and it has got such advantages like balanced diet, balanced nutrition at your homestead if you are doing it at a local level, at a home consumption level. Two, source of income, as in you can sell your fish when time comes, when they are ready. It only takes you a period of 8 months for you to sell a table-sized fish. What a nice business. Here we receive so many students, we receive so many people coming to do internship from universities and where, so they come. So fish farming on the other side is more profitable, it is more advantageous, both to the owner of the site, the owner of the farm, and the government at large. And that is my story.